even including some, we have reports now of 5 European MPs that were on board. I'm going to switch over to Portland, Oregon now, where we have the Executive Director of If Americans Knew, Allison Weir. Thank you so much for joining us. I know it's pretty early over there. Allison, tell me your reaction to what exactly is going on right now.
Just kind of grief, outrage, shock. It's incredible to me, even though I know what Israel does every day to Palestinians, but to attack ships carrying humanitarian aid, hundreds of people, 10,000 pounds of humanitarian aid, Nobel laureates, members of parliament, to attack them so violently with such lethal force, and now to learn that it looks like, I guess it's 15 to 16 people at least appear to have been killed. No doubt the numbers will grow because so many have been injured that more deaths will occur. I'm just profoundly shocked and saddened at what has happened. And I think Israel has maybe finally gone too far. This is just so outrageous. Although, again, the key, once again, is will the U.S. media cover this? Will Americans even learn it? When they learn it, will they get the truth or will they get Israeli spin? Associated Press, so far, the only report they have out at this point is that 2 have been killed. It's very short, it's very mild. Will they cover it honestly? Will the newspapers pick it up? Will television news cover it? Or will the American public, whose tax money Israel is using, once again either not hear about it or get the Israeli spin instead of the real facts? I think those are key questions about what the results will be.
Well, now, Allison, you were talking about the Israeli spin. Actually, we are getting reports from Israel now that it was a case of self-defense, that their forces entered the ship and that they were attacked by the activists, that the activists attacked them with knives and they were forced to open fire.
It's just bizarre, the things that they come up with. You know, here are humanitarian ships, openly, 2 of them at least are under U.S. flags, so that's U.S. territory. I don't know the ship that was attacked, whether that was one of them, but it's part of a convoy in which 2 of the ships were American flagged, which means American territory, full of activists who are devoted to nonviolence, who have been trained about using nonviolence, who are aware that Israel might attack them as they did a previous ship in which Israel rammed a previous boat. Actually, ship is not right. These are not very large. So it's absurd to think that Israel, that then with its extremely powerful army, the 4th or 5th most powerful in the world, attacked humanitarian aid convoy, commandos landed on the ship, and now they're pretending that it was, you know, that they were the victims of an attack. The convoy, by all reports, carried no weaponry whatsoever. Activists were devoted to nonviolence. That's why they were taking part in this. Whereas the soldiers landing were clearly armed with the usual weaponry that commandos carry.
Yes, and
but as you say, trying to spin it as though this was a defensive action is what Israel always does, and the American media typically picks that spin up.
Yeah, and actually the ship was attacked 150 kilometers off of the coast of Gaza, 60 miles, so in international waters. So yes, it will be interesting to see exactly what Israel is saying about that. Now, the one report that I have read said that basically they wanted to just get on board to check out the supplies, what they were taking. But when we're looking at these pictures, because of course there was satellite cameras that were on satellite equipment that was on the ship, and we're showing pictures now from that. This was before the communications were cut off, because now Israel has blocked all information. We can no longer get anything from the ships, and even we have reports that some of the activists have been taken to Haifa. Now, even a report coming out of Jerusalem itself is saying that the military has censored any information regarding casualties, or I guess there are wounded that have been taken to Israeli hospitals, and they are blocking all information about anything surrounding that. And of course, now the big question is the relations between Istanbul and Tel Aviv, because the ship that was attacked was a Turkish flag ship. Now, Turkey warns Israel of irreparable consequences of Gaza aid attack. So we're still waiting, though, for the official word coming out of Ankara. We've already seen footage of Turks taking to the streets and even trying to attack the Israeli consulate in Ankara, expressing their anger. Again, what you're looking at are pictures from the ships themselves. This is when the Israeli Navy intercepted the ships, got on board, and now we're getting some reports that cabinet members or some Israeli officials are expressing sorrow about what has happened. We have at least 16 people killed. We have reports up to 20 being killed so far. Of course, still information is sketchy and coming in little by little, but this is a breaking story. Again, 700 activists aboard the 6-ship flotilla sailing from Cyprus to the Gaza Strip, trying to break the siege, and has been attacked by the Israeli Navy. We're going to switch over to Shireen Yassin from Jerusalem Al-Quds and get the latest reaction from there. Okay, Shireen, can you fill me in on what exactly, what type of reaction are you getting from there right now?
So far, Israeli officials are not giving any reactions regarding what happened in the international waters near Gaza. But the Israeli media is only reporting on 2 people killed and 1 Israeli soldier that have been injured because he was stabbed by one of the activists. So far we're not really hearing any reaction about what happened. But during the past few weeks, actually, Israel was preparing for such an attack, and it was preparing its navy, and it was telling the world that this is what we are going to do for the past 2 weeks. All what we could hear in the Israeli media and through the Israeli officials is that these activists that are coming to the Gaza Strip are coming to aid to special organizations and to attack Israel. So because of that, their reaction will be very harsh, and that they will be very well prepared in order to stop this convoy from reaching the Gaza Strip. So the Israeli media and Israel was preparing us for such a day, but it was a very surprising moment for a lot of people over here to see that this is actually what is happening, because the people are still in the international waters and they didn't approach the Gaza water yet. But Israel took this move, and it actually did this in a very subtle way in the middle of the night, in order to bring these activists, to stop them and counter them, and to stop any attempt from reaching the Gaza Strip.
Now, Shireen, do you have any word there from exactly where the activists that were on board the ship have been taken, if they have reached a particular destination? Do you have anything on the latest about the activists and what has happened to them?
Well, what we have been hearing as well in the media is that Israel has a plan, a 5-step plan to bring the activists to the Ashdod harbor, and it's gonna take them to a special tent, which gonna be a tent in the desert in the Negev, and it's gonna try to force them to sign papers in order to be taken out of the country, pushed out of the country. But if the activists refuse to sign on these papers, then they'll have to be arrested and detained. So Israel has a full plan for it. So far, Israel, the biggest thing that we heard is that Israel actually started taking the ship and sailing with the people back to the Ashdod harbor, to the south of Tel Aviv.
Okay, Shireen, we're getting the latest reports. It's from Al-Aqsa TV now saying at least 20 have been killed during this Israeli attack. Do you have any idea about the wounded, where they have been taken, if they've been taken anywhere there?
Well, if Israel would take any of the wounded people to a hospital, it will be a hospital in the native